What if the real reason people stay stuck financially isn't about how much they earn, but what they ignore? Some people climb toward financial success with confidence. Others stay stuck, confused why their income doesn't translate into stability. The truth is, the biggest financial problems don't show up as massive losses or obvious mistakes. They show up quietly, in patterns, habits, or overlooked signals. In today's video, we're diving into the top 5 financial red flags that hold people back from success. These aren't about complex spreadsheets or accounting formulas. These are real, everyday warning signs that silently pull your finances off track, often without you noticing. Let's break them down, one by one. Red flag 1, delayed or inconsistent financial tracking. This is one of the most common problems holding people back, yet many don't even notice it happening. When your financial updates are delayed, irregular, or constantly changing, you're not making decisions, you're reacting. Some people check their bank accounts only when something feels wrong. Some track expenses today but forget for weeks. Others rely on outdated spreadsheets that don't match real numbers. And slowly, confusion replaces clarity. Money can only be controlled when it's measured consistently. If your reports, statements, or personal tracking routines swing from organized to chaotic, you're operating in the dark. Late or inconsistent updates hide small leaks that eventually grow into financial stress. And when you don't know exactly where your money went, you also don't know how to fix what's going wrong. Successful people build simple systems that give them a clear picture every single month. This doesn't mean complicated accounting software, it means regular check-ins, clear categories, and numbers that match across all areas. When your reports are steady, you build trust with yourself, your family, your team, and any partners who depend on your financial decisions. Clarity is control. Consistency is power. And ignoring this red flag is often the first step toward long-term instability. Red flag 2, increasing revenue but declining cash flow. This is a confusing trap many people fall into. You work more, earn more, take on more clients, or increase your business activity, yet somehow you feel more stressed, not more secure. Your income rises, but your available cash shrinks. It feels backwards, but it happens to individuals and businesses all the time. The reason is simple: income doesn't always equal liquidity. Money might be stuck in unpaid bills, slow transactions, or expenses that outpace earnings. A person may celebrate a salary increase, only to discover their spending grew even faster. A business may close more deals, but the payments might not arrive for months. So while revenue looks strong on paper, cash flow tells a far more honest story. This red flag is dangerous because it creates a false sense of progress. People think things are improving because they earn more, but behind the scenes financial pressure gets tighter. The truth is that cash flow is the heartbeat of financial health. It determines whether you can handle surprises, pay obligations on time, and make decisions confidently. Success requires understanding how quickly money moves in and out of your life, not just how much you earn. When earnings grow but cash flow declines, you're heading toward a future where effort increases but stability disappears. Fix the imbalance early, and you create a foundation that can actually support growth. Red flag 3, rising overhead costs without real value. Overhead creep happens quietly. One new subscription, one upgrade, one tool, one service, each feels small at first. But over months or years, these little additions form a long list of expenses that drain your resources. People assume that growing income gives permission to grow expenses, but without discipline, this becomes a trap. The real danger is that these costs often don't bring proportional value. Someone may subscribe to software they rarely use, rent an office larger than they need, or upgrade personal lifestyle elements simply because it feels rewarding. In businesses, this shows up as inflated administrative costs, expanded teams without clear roles, or increased spending disguised as growth. In personal life, it shows up as lifestyle inflation, more convenience, more subscriptions, more comfort that doesn't create financial strength. Rising overhead reduces your flexibility and weakens your ability to manage stress or downturns. The more fixed your expenses become, the less room you have to adjust, invest, or save. Recognizing this red flag means questioning every recurring cost, every automatic payment, and every convenience purchase that adds up over time. The safest financial plans are lean, purposeful, and intentional. The moment overhead rises without adding value, your foundation starts to crack. Red flag 4, unstable or weak margins. Margins reveal more truth than revenue or effort alone. They show how efficiently you turn work into reward, time into outcome, and costs into profits. When margins fluctuate constantly, or stay weak no matter how much you do, it means something in your financial structure is broken. For individuals, weak margins can mean overspending, poor budgeting, or credit dependency. For professionals and entrepreneurs, unstable margins can come from unpredictable costs, inefficient systems, underpricing services, or not understanding the true cost behind each product or task. Margins reflect discipline. Strong margins show stability and smart decision-making. Weak margins show blind spots. When your costs rise quietly or your income stays flat despite increased effort, you're working harder without moving forward. This creates stress, friction, and burnout. The reason this red flag holds people back is that it creates the illusion of progress. People feel busy, but their actual financial gain stays low. They put in more hours, handle more responsibilities, and push themselves harder, yet their bank balance barely changes. Fixing margins requires honesty, examining where time goes, where money leaks, and which choices actually create growth. When your margins improve, everything else improves with them. Red flag 5, no forecast, no plan, and no direction. Operating without a financial plan is like driving through unknown roads with no map, no destination, and no idea how far the next gas station is. Many people live this way, not out of laziness but out of habit. They assume things will work out, or they think planning is too complicated, or they feel overwhelmed and avoid it entirely. The problem is that without forecasting, every financial event feels surprising. Bills feel heavier, emergencies feel bigger, and opportunities feel unreachable. When you don't predict what's ahead, everything hits harder. Forecasting isn't about perfect prediction, it's about preparing for possibilities. It's about knowing how your next months might look, how changes affect you, and what decisions create stability instead of stress. People who ignore this red flag often feel stuck. They don't know where their money is going, they don't know what's coming next, and they don't know what their goals require. Planning gives direction, clarity, and power. It turns emotional choices into strategic ones. The moment you start forecasting, even in simple ways, your financial life begins to shift. You stop guessing and start guiding. These 5 red flags, delayed tracking, shrinking cash flow, rising overhead, unstable margins, and lack of forecasting, do not show up suddenly. They grow slowly. They blend into your daily routines, your spending habits, your comfort zones, and your assumptions about money. Success is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about noticing them early. It's about recognizing the quiet signs your finances show you and choosing to respond instead of ignore. People who grow financially strong do something very simple. They pay attention. They watch the signals. They listen to the data. They stay aware even when things look fine. That awareness creates confidence, stability, and future opportunity. You deserve that confidence too. If this breakdown opened your eyes or gave you clarity, make sure to like the video and share it with someone who might be missing these warning signs. And don't forget to subscribe for more clear, simple financial guidance each week. Before you go, tell us in the comments. What financial challenge do you want AI to explain next? Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.